Hello, welcome, and Nini. This is Het-Fekat bringing you another chapter of the Papyrus of Ani. This passage is titled A Hymn of Praise to Ra when he riseth in the eastern part of heaven. As usual, I will be trying my best since this language can be a little bit tricky to wrap your mind around. I will simply be doing my best, and I hope that you enjoyed the reading. Thank you. And without further ado, a hymn of praise to Ra when he riseth in the eastern part of heaven. Behold, Osiris Ani, the scribe of the holy offerings of all gods, saith, Homage to thee, O thou who hast come as Khepra, Khepra, the creator of gods. Thou art seated on thy throne. Thou risest up in the sky, illuminating thy mother, Nut. Thou art seated on thy throne as the king of gods. Thy mother Nut stretcheth out her hands, and performeth an act of homage to thee. The domain of Manu receiveth thee with satisfaction. The goddess Ma'at embraceth thee at the 2 seasons of the day. May Ra give glory and power, and truth speaking, and the appearance as a living soul, so that he may gaze upon Heru Khehti, to the Ka of the Osiris, the scribe Ani, who speaketh truth before Osiris, and who saith, Hail, O all ye gods of the house of the soul, who weigh heaven and earth in a balance, who give celestial food to the dead. Hail, Tatun, who art one, thou creator of mortals and of the companies of gods of the south and of the north, of the east and of the west. Ascribe ye praise to Ra, the Lord of heaven, the King, life, strength, health, the maker of the gods. Give ye thanks unto him in his beneficent form, which is enthroned in the At-Bot. Excuse me. Beings celestial praise thee. Beings terrestrial praise thee. Toth and the goddess Ma'at mark out thy course for thee day by day and every day. Thine enemy the serpent hath been given over to the fire. The serpent fiend, Sabu, hath fallen headlong. His forelegs are bound in chains, and his hind legs hath Ra carried away from him. The sons of revolt shall never more rise up. The house of the aged one keepeth festival. The voices of those who make merry are in the great place. The gods rejoice when they see Ra crowned upon his throne, and when his beams flood the world with light. The majesty of this holy god setteth out on his journey, and he goeth onwards until he reacheth the land of Manu. The earth becometh light at his birth each day. He proceedeth until he reacheth the place where he was yesterday. O be thou at peace with me. Let me gaze upon thy beauties. Let me journey above the earth. Let me smite the ass. Let me slit asunder the serpent fiend Sabu. Let me destroy Apep at the moment of his greatest power. Let me behold the Aptu fish at his season, the At fish with the At boat, as it piloteth it in its lake. Let me behold Horus when he is in charge of the rudder of the boat of Ra, with Toth and the goddess Ma'at on each side of him. Let me lay hold of the tow rope of the Sektet boat, and the rope at the stern of the Matet boat. My apologies. Let Ra grant to me a view of the disk, the sun, and a sight of the moon, unfailingly each day. Let my Ba soul come forth to walk about hither and thither, and whitherso it pleaseth. Let my name be called out. Let it be found inscribed on the tablet which recordeth the names of those who are to receive offerings. Let meals from the sepulchral offerings be given to me in the presence of Osiris. As to those who are in the following of Horus, let there be prepared for me a seat in the boat of the sun, on the day whereon the god saileth. Let me be received in the presence of Osiris in the land of the truth-seeking, the Ka of Osiris Ani. Thank you. That one, I think I'm getting better at using this sort of antiquated language that Budge initially translated this into. As I've mentioned before, there are updated versions with much more flowing and eloquent language. This can be very clunky given the adding of ith on the end of many words, many verbs. But thank you for joining me. I will continue to work and do my best to get through the Papyrus of Ani. Thank you again for coming with. I am grateful. Go in peace, Senepti. Onk Uja Seneb. Goodbye, friends.